It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Ever walk into a bookstore, you're all excited, you're like, man, I'm just going to spend a little time, get off my phone, throwback moment for me. Every time I walk into a bookstore, I have a little buzz of excitement because I just love to look at books. It's like a record store, whether I buy anything or not, just flipping, looking, considering, reading a few pages, deciding what I want to do. Ever been in there and suddenly you go, where's the bathroom? I got to go. This is a phenomenon called the Mariko Aoki phenomenon. This was first identified in Japan in 1985. A woman named Mariko Aoki wrote into a magazine and shared the fact that every time she entered a bookstore, she was overtaken with an urge to poop.
Bookstores, though.
Bookstores.
Yeah.
And by the way, that letter was printed in the magazine, and then the following issue had many responses going, me too.
Really?
Me too.
Wow.
And it's become a well-known but not fully developed and researched phenomenon. And scientists and doctors have some weird theories here. I'm curious if anybody relates to this. 651-989-ROCK. Is this something you've ever experienced yourself? You are raising your hand, Paul. Yes.
That's because I do have experience with this.
Okay.
Not me.
Okay.
But my 12-year-old.
Okay.
And the first time it happened, I went, okay, well, whatever.
You got to go.
But my wife is insisted, no, this is a thing. I'm like, I'm not buying it.
Seriously.
Well, then we, 6 months later, once was at Barnes & Noble, another time at Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
And I think we've had four experiences, and it's not been like she takes a trip off. Every time we go to Barnes & Noble, I double checked with my wife, Home Goods, Barnes & Noble, and Hobby Lobby. Every time we go to those, the 12-year-old has to go to the bathroom.
But those aren't all bookstores, so what's happening there?
That I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can find is they say the smell of paper or ink having a laxative effect.
Okay.
Linking it to us reading while we're on the toilet.
All right.
It's the only thing. I don't know. All I know is that I scoffed at it at first and laughed at my wife, but now it's become so consistent. Every time we go, she has to go poop.
It's some good habits are hard to break. I think I've not experienced this in bookstores. I have. If I go into a mall, I am immediately exhausted. I will if I'm in a mall or a big store, like a big box store, not a box store. If I'm at a Macy's or a Nordstrom's.
Sure, a department store.
Department, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. My wife knows all I'm looking for when I walk into one of those stores is a chair. My body literally runs out of steam if I have to be in a place like that. It's just a psychosomatic. It's just Pavlovian. It's whatever it is. But I cannot walk through stores. I just have to sit down, and I can close my eyes and fall right to sleep. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating.
We do 2 trips a year to the Mall of America for the kids, and I'm the same way. It seems like within a half hour of being there, I'm ready for a nap. I've experienced that as well.
That's why they started to throw those massage chairs up everywhere at the mall.
Andy just texted in. Every time I go into a library, the urge hits like a ton of bricks. That would explain. There's books, ink. It could be the same kind of thing.
Well, and with my kiddo, the Hobby Lobby, tons. If it is a smell of ink or paper, like scientists are guessing, there's a ton of that there.
I guess there is.
So, although it's not usually the overwhelming smell when I walk into a Hobby Lobby.
Another text just came in. The poop urge happens to me all the time. Only it's when I'm looking at greeting cards. What is this about paper products?
Paper thing.
Wow.
All right. So weird.
Yeah, that is a little weird one. I just love that this has a name and it's a woman's. That's what you're known for.
Yeah.
It's
better than not being known at all.
I don't know. It's like there's Lou Gehrig's disease and there's Mariko Aoki phenomenon, which is
fair enough.
far more preferable. It's like I just got to drop a deuce at Barnes & Noble every now and again. Are there other places that you find yourself where you realize I should have taken care of this at home, but I can't because I can only do it here? Something they call the Mariko Aoki phenomenon. A Japanese woman in 1985 wrote into a magazine and said, I have this weird thing where every time I walk into a bookstore, I have to drop a deuce. She needs to poop. And in this conversation, boy, apparently this is way more common than I would have realized. A whole lot of text messages coming in. 651-989-ROCK. We've had more than one person say, the poop urge happens, but it's when I'm looking at greeting cards.
What?
Several greeting card texts.
Greeting cards?
Used to happen whenever I was looking at greeting cards. I thought it had to do with the walk. It was about a block to get there. But now here's this one. A text came in. My friend's husband, Scott, has to take a dump every time he goes to Menards.
Oh,
wow.
I'm so glad this doesn't happen to me.
Could be a
'cause I love going
fertilizer
to
thing?
Menards.
I guess so. Another one, the poop urge happens to me all the time when I'm looking at greeting cards. I mean, the greeting card thing is shocking.
I wonder if the greeting cards is just because they're so poorly written.
There it is. When I was remodeling a house, I would have a long list of things to get at Menards every Saturday. As soon as I got the carts loaded, the knock started, and off to the bathroom stall I went. What's going on? What's going on with Menards? 651-989-ROCK. Have we got someone on the horn, Ryder?
Diane is on the phone.
Diane, good morning.
Good morning.
What do you got for us?
I definitely have had this since I was a child. I would go down to our basement in our house and immediately have to go back upstairs. Immediately.
Okay.
This isn't like you go in and just have have to go to the bathroom. This is immediately.
Wow.
A lot of books in the basement?
Yeah, and now I've had it my whole life. Bookstores, absolutely. In particular, used bookstores.
Oh, we have to have a plan. Like, she has to run for the bathroom 10 minutes into the bookstore.
Wow.
Who's chiming in there?
What was that?
Who's chiming in with you, Diane?
That's my husband.
Okay.
Who's had to deal with this our whole marriage.
Wow.
And we have to have, like, a serious plan whenever.
And I'm a big thrift shopper, and I have to plan my thrift shop to always start at a thrift store that has the nicest bathroom.
Wow. I mean, this is fascinating to me.
Okay, Diane, I've got a question. So subsequent, once you get it out, you're done.
Done. Absolutely done.
Thrift shops down the road, you don't have to do it again.
Correct.
Okay, it's just the first one, you get it out of the way. I want to just thank you two both for being so brave to share this with us.
Where's your favorite bathroom, Diane?
Hey, I'm just trying to raise awareness for this affliction.
No, where's your favorite bathroom, though? That's a great question. Where's your favorite bathroom?
Goodwill thrift stores have the
Really?
nicest.
Wow.
Okay.
Good to know.
Right on. Thanks for the call, Diane. That is fascinating information.
Guys.
It's funny. I've never had an issue with using a public restroom of any sort. If I'm at a store or a restaurant, if you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah.
I've just never connected dots that it's at a certain time of if it's in a certain store or if it's it doesn't happen often enough where I would have ever had to think about it. But I don't have a problem with using them. But I can't imagine that there's that moment when you realize, like I'm sure Diane did, of like, oh yeah, this is just what this is.
Yeah. Nothing
can be done about it.
I bet all of our radars are going to be up from now on, though. We're going to start tracking, you know what I mean?
Oh, heck
Where
yeah.
we're at and what happens.
Here's a text. What I want to know is if all you bookstore poopers are borrowing a book off the shelf for the session and then putting it back.
Can't bring merchandise into the bathroom.
That's usually why, I guess. Here's another one. I have to poop every time I go to Walmart. This is a thing.
This is so bizarre.
Man, that's crazy. My dad had some bathroom issues. He would come home from work to use the bathroom. He would drive across town.
I get that.
He was just like, not able to. And I remember as a kid, every now and again, like I would only be aware of that in the summer because I'm usually at school. But there'd be summer days sitting around. It'd be 10:30, 11 in the morning. We're watching Family Feud, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey guys," and we're like, "Hey, what's up, Dad?" I was just on my way to a meeting. Thought I'd run in real quick, and he'd run back to his bathroom. And at some point, it did hit us. We were all like, he's got a weird bathroom thing happening here.
My
What's
wife
going
does
on
the
with
same
it?
thing. My wife works a mile-ish away from home, and she'll be like, text me, heading home, got to go to the bathroom. Isn't there a perfectly good stall at work?
Hey, you know what? I feel, as someone who I said, I can go anywhere, anytime. I feel for someone that really has to, like,
100%,
can't do this.
Yeah. It's just, it is weird, though. I mean, we can say that.
Man, this is a guy, Luke from Roseville says, I've always had a fear of taking a dump in a public bathroom. That's unfortunate, man. Sometimes you're just going to have to do that.
Think of the stress that you go through if you're somebody like that, and then realize, you know what? This is happening. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
This is happening in a public restroom, and yet you have that phobia or that hang up, so to speak.
I remember seeing Dave Grohl in an interview. The guy went in 2007, 8-ish, as Foo Fighters became like that next level band.
Sure,
They're doing
yeah.
stadiums around the world. And someone said, is there any drawback to becoming this famous? Because he's, arguably the biggest rock star in the world. Pop stars might be more famous, but Dave has been the face of rock for a long time.
For sure.
And they said, is there a downside? And he goes, yeah, only one. And the guy said, what's that? He goes, I can't take a dump in a truck stop anymore. He's like, people are too aware. And I was like, yeah, that's a man right there who's keeping it real.
92 KQRS.
Dr. Oz, at a press conference on new dietary guidelines this week, was talking about drinking alcohol.
Is a social lubricant that brings people together. In the best case scenario, I don't think you should drink alcohol, but it does allow people an excuse to bond and socialize, and there's probably nothing healthier than having a good time with friends in a safe way.
Yeah.
You look at the blue zones, for example, around the world where people live the longest, alcohol is sometimes part of their diet. Again, small amounts, but the implication is don't have it for breakfast.
Somebody take this man for a Bloody Mary, because we definitely need to be having some alcohol for breakfast on some days.
Yeah, I was just going to say, not that long ago, sitting at the old high-low down on Lake Street. What are you kidding me? Nothing better than a Bloody in the morning with the little snit on the side.
Dude, that VFW up in Brainerd, the best Bloodies.
Man,
so good.
I just like the fact that he says alcohol gives us an excuse to socialize. I think you're getting your words garbled there, bro. We don't need excuses. If you're saying it makes it a little easier, that's one thing.
Yeah. Speaking
Something tells me
directly
I don't
to
think-
Midwesterners right there.
I don't think Dr. Oz hangs out with friends that often, based on the tenor of that. Some people enjoy company of others. I never found myself to be one of those people, but I understand human interaction can be beneficial for certain cases.
Yeah, take that guy frickin' camping. Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
See, that's so important. That's a T-shirt waiting to happen. Is it not? I'm
think
sure
it's
it's a T-shirt
been
that already
made.
exists.
Yeah.
But we should stamp our name on it.
I'm just going to say, if Paul Westerberg says that all he wants to do is drink beer for breakfast, if it's good enough for him, then it should be good enough for all of us.
There we go.
I'd like to think so.
Beer and barbecue chips. That's all he wants for breakfast.
Wow. Oh, boy. Yeah, honestly, I could go for a little of both right now. Why not?
I see Steve drooling.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Big game on Sunday. Big day to strap on a feed bag.
Oh, boy.
Just dig in early.
Yes.
Stay dug in. Let's go. Let's talk top three. Rank you very much. Super Bowl snacks. You can let us know your top three on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line. 651-989. RACK is the number. Let's get to it, Ryder. Give us your number three, please.
Okay, number three is so simple, I don't think it even has a name, but it's dip, and it's the cottage cheese, sour cream, and paprika. You just mix it all together. Equal parts cottage cheese and sour cream. Very easy. You need to use some pretzels to dip it, though. That'll give you that extra salty flavor. It's just, It's beautiful.
Okay, so
Trust me.
And you don't have to. Do you serve it chilled, or do you just whip it all up and put it in the bowl and leave it out all day? How does that work?
It's dairy, so don't let it get too warm. But
got it.
yeah, but I don't know that you need to put it on ice or anything like that.
Okay, equal parts cream, cottage cheese and cream cheese.
Sour cream.
I'm sorry, sour cream, of course.
Yeah.
Cottage cheese and sour cream.
Interesting.
How much paprika are you talking about? Just a few shakes?
Just a sprinkle, enough to give
Okay.
it a little.
Whatever feels right.
Yeah.
Just so it
Little
looks like there's a little
fancy?
sand
Yes.
in there?
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah.
hey, Grant texted in on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line. What do you think about this? He says your dip, except add onion soup mix and diced jalapenos. How do you feel
that's
about
a
that?
whole nother ball game.
That's
I do like using the onion dip soup mix seasoning to make dips, but you're going into a whole different territory.
No, he's saying exactly what you said, except add that
cottage
stuff.
cheese and sour cream,
Yeah.
and then that
I
other
think
seasoning.
that crosses the line from I added something. This is more like a different. You have to have a different name on it by that point.
He's got a whole
Okay.
different submission
Jeez.
going on.
I mean, there's Cheetos and there's Flamin' Hot Cheetos,
Yeah.
and God forbid if you get those confused. That's what I'm saying.
It's fair.
All right,
Fletcher,
that's
you're
where we're
number
starting.
3.
My number 3 is pickle roll-ups. You take pastrami. I used to use like the corned beef, but pastrami, I'm telling you, it elevates cream cheese. You slather it all over the pastrami, then you wrap it around a crunchy pickle, and then you cut it up into bite-sized pieces. It's absolutely fantastic.
How many like in the course of a game? If you're watching the whole game, if you're in the room, I mean, are you talking like this is something like once an hour you pop one in, or do you have like 114 of these little things?
I think you're probably closer. I don't know if I'd get to 114, but you're closer to 114 than one an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, they're little. I mean, they're like the size of a large like lifesaver. You know what I mean? Like
addictive, though. I would imagine.
Oh God, yeah. Once you stop, it's really or once you start, it's really hard to stop.
Midwest sushi.
So yes.
All right. Very good. My number 3.
Let's hear it.
It's the fruit and the crudité, if you will, the fruit and the chopped veggies. Not that I'm going to eat them. I mean, God forbid. But as I'm going back for plate number 3, plate number 4 of all the real good stuff, you need those berries and celery sticks to serve as cover. Lest you look like the gluttonous slob that you actually are. So, you're grabbing your last bit. It's the fourth quarter. The game's already been decided, and they're starting to clean up. And you're like, let me just make sure there's nothing else. And you've embarrassed yourself already, and you're going for more last bit of guacamole and queso and last pig in a blanket. A little garnish of strawberries is going to give anybody the sense of, well, he's not completely out of his mind. He's still mixing in the fruit, even though you're not going to eat the fruit. It's just purely a beard. You
know what? I will say this. Fruit, maybe not as much, even though I am the sweet tooth of the show. On game days, I'm more looking for the savory stuff. You know what? Some sliced up green, bell peppers, yellow, orange, red. Mm-hmm. I don't mind mixing those in every now and then as like a palate cleanser and
like
or
a chip substitute.
Well, you just need it. Sometimes after you've grazed all day, you need a break from all the grease and garbage, and you just need that every now and then. So I don't hate this.
I still feel like you're cheating if you're the person who brings the veggie tray when everybody else has, gone to preparing real snacks. But that's okay.
I'm not bringing them. I'm just taking advantage of them. There's a difference.
Fair.
All right.
Number 2's, Ryder, what do you got?
Number 2, it's the 7-layer dip, and this is the cheat code because you're getting your guacamole, your refried beans, your seasoned sour cream, your salsa, all into one single snack. If you're feeling feisty and you want to swap out that traditional red salsa for some salsa verde, go for it.
Yeah.
I support the verde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty much 10 days out of 10 going green over red with salsas if given the option. That's a me thing. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Fletcher, what do you got?
My numero dos is grape jelly, brown sugar, barbecue, Little Smokies. So think of like a little tiny sausage. And then you get the crock pot going. Grape jelly, brown sugar kind of makes it caramelize a little, thickens it up a bit, and then you get some great barbecue sauce. I prefer Wee Willie's, which is, I believe, a local barbecue sauce.
You said there is already great barbecue sauce made?
No.
Like you can buy?
No, grape jelly and brown sugar go in.
Okay.
And with barbecue sauce. And there's other, I don't need to cut and break down the entire recipe. There's other stuff you put in, but that's the gist of it. I like to throw in some sort of pepper to give it a little bit of kick. Oh my God. It's another one that's dangerous because you'll grab like, I don't know, 6 of these looks good on a plate, and then you go back 15 times for 6.
I still don't know about this grape thing.
I could try it. I would definitely try it. I would never try to make it. I would just feel weird putting it all together the first time. But if I went somewhere and it was there, I'd absolutely put a finger or two in there and see what happened.
Okay.
I got this recipe from my brother, and the first time he was making it, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you putting in there?
Yeah.
Judging him every step of the way, and then I ate most of the recipe. So, I ate half of what he put out, half the wieners. So, it's one of those you can't judge it until you've tried it. Because I was with you until I had it, and then I went, okay, this is really good.
Steve, what do you got for 2?
My number 2, this goes back to Super Bowl 20, when I was 20. The Chicago Bears, the shuffling crew, that whole thing, the Bears, that whole obnoxious nonsense. At a party for Super Bowl 20, the first time I ever had, and ever since then, I have the Pavlovian need to re-examine. I know this will sound crazy to the Midwestern audience. Bratwurst. I'd never had one. I'd never had a brat. Okay. I was 20 years old. A friend brought him. He was like, this is what you do for the Super Bowl. And I was like, oh, my God, I have been handcuffed in a world of hot dogs my whole life. I felt like I was, soaring over. I was at Disney riding that ride called Soar. That's what it felt like. It's like I never knew this much goodness could be on a bun with mustard and onions and peppers.
Yeah.
So And I just always associate it. Now, I don't only have brats at the Super Bowl. I will have them anytime.
Sure.
But on the Super Bowl day, it's always... And I might not even eat a whole one, but there's got to be a bite of a brat or it's just not right.
A brat is baseball food, though.
I know. I'm not arguing the point. I'm just telling you my experience.
All right.
You know, we do the best we can with what we got, kid.
You got it locked in. It made an impression, and now it's as odd as it is. It's attached to you. And
that's exactly right. That's how it works.
We got another text on 763. They said boil your brat in beer before you grill it.
Done it. I have.
You have.
763, and they're not from Wisconsin? Damn.
Could be. It could be from Wisconsin.
All right.
Text line has exploded. The Luther of Volkswagen West Side Talking text line.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. We got from Wally. We got the cottage cheese and sour cream with paprika as a banger for Ritz crackers, and then the very next text was, "Sorry, but Ryder's dip sounds gross. I've heard of something like that when they add ketchup." So that from a 320 number.
There is no ketchup going on here.
Yeah, you didn't. For the record,
ketchup,
you never said anything about ketchup.
Overrated condiment.
This one's interesting. Jennifer Braun says, Favre's Balls and Wieners, barbecue sauce, Lil Smokies, meatballs, crock pot.
Well, there you go.
Oh, man. Let's go.
This one's interesting from Claudia. Water chestnuts wrapped in bacon and teriyaki.
Oh, I know about this.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Yeah. Good. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I always love a water chestnut. Should be talking about them more.
Yeah, you know what? I'm very thumbs up on the water chestnut myself. Never thought about it till right now. I'm like, yeah, I always like those. Are always like,
They're
this is fancy.
Yeah. And they got the crunch. It's great.
Yeah,
makes everything better.
Good point.
This one's kind of funny from Gina. Last one, all from the same category, pretty much. Number 3, nachos. Number 2, chili cheese dip. Number 1, taco chip dip.
Oh,
I mean,
she said, "I guess we know what we like." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so."
Man, that's a sprint, not a marathon. Every time, I like it. Let's go to our number ones, Ryder. What tops the list?
Okay, I've made it, and I made it so well, and it was such a hit that I've actually retired this as a snack. But it is blue cheese wontons, quickly dipped in buffalo sauce, just total perfection.
Blue cheese wonton in buffalo sauce.
Yes.
I like all those ingredients. Never had them all together at the same time.
A little pocket of cheese.
Would you ever think of coming out of retirement just for me?
Just for you?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. Not this year. Maybe another year.
I'll give you a year. You know what? Let's make a plan for next year. I'm giving you 12 months to mentally prepare yourself.
Oh, boy.
All right. All right.
My number 1, buffalo chicken cream cheese dip. Frank's Red Hot, cream cheese, sour cream, shredded cheese, green onion, cayenne pepper, obviously shredded chicken. Can be hot, can be put in a crock pot, can be served cold. Either way, it's outstanding. Drag whatever you want through it.
You could put this inside a wonton wrapper, and then it would be even better.
Right. You're the one always talking about not doing work. It's much easier to just throw it in.
I retired it because it is kind of labor intensive.
So you just throw it in the crock pot or in a bowl, mix it up, and then just dip whatever you want in it, and I don't have to worry about wontons.
Yeah.
All right, the shredded chicken. You could probably get away with something else in there, a little chorizo or something, maybe.
I don't know. That might be kind of weird with the buffalo and all the other stuff.
I guess the buffalo does lend itself to chicken. That makes perfect sense.
What's topping your list, Steve?
My number 1, it's you're not going to think of it as a snack, but I do, and that is the chili that I make on a special occasion like this. Because I'm snacking on it throughout the entire day. In the midst, before, during, and after everything else I'm eating. Okay, if I'm starting the chili, like as I'm dicing up the peppers, like I'm tasting a few. I don't taste the raw onion, but then I put it in there. The ground beef. As it's browning, as soon as it's like brown, I'm like, I got to taste it, make sure. Stick a chip in there. When I add the spices, with each spice added and stirring in, I'm tasting.
Nice.
It's a nonstop, just soup to what is it? Soup to nuts, farm to table, hand to mouth, bang, bang, bang. By the time it's all in there and it's simmering, I walk over with a cracker, taste it. Then I get a tortilla chip, taste it. Then I go back to the cracker. I don't have a bowl of chili. Well, other people are getting bowls. I'm just having like a little mug. So it looks like I'm, not eating too much.
So you can stand and watch TV and eat. Okay.
I will grab a nice flour tortilla, warm it up for a few moments, and then put some chili in that. Wrap it up like a little mini burrito, but it's chili inside.
What is happening?
I just can't get enough chili.
Wow.
That's all there is to it. I will eat chili long after I've announced I have to stop eating. It's a thing with me. It's just how it works. Something about chili powder and cumin and a few other things, and it's a problem. It really is.
Sounds like it, man.
It does sound like you maybe could benefit from a 12-step program.
No, it's disgusting, and I can't wait.
Connect with us on the KQ Talk and Text line. 651-989-ROCK. That's 651-989-ROCK. 92 KQRS.
We got a little Twin Cities Civil War to give away some tickets. We got one player from the West, one from the East, and let's get to it. Greg in Blaine representing the West Side. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning.
All right, I'm going to fire a bunch of questions your way. You're going to answer them. Are you ready?
I hope so.
All right.
All right, you got 60 seconds. Clock starts now.
During the video for his 1984 song Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen famously pulled what future Friends star out of the audience to dance on stage with him?
David Schwimmer.
Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy wears what jersey number? It's a
9.
number. There you go. With over 50 different species across the state, Minnesotans often refer to what potentially fatal pest as our unofficial state bird?
Mosquito.
E Street drummer Max Weinberg was also the band leader for what former late-night talk show host? Okay, what iconic snow sports vehicle was originally built in a garage in Roseau, Minnesota?
I'm sorry, what was that, a sports vehicle?
What iconic snow sports vehicle was built in a... Crunch is the mascot for what Minnesota sports team?
Trolls.
What Roseville based brand comes in original Ripple and Dutch Crunch?
Can you repeat it?
R&B and funk group Morris Day and the Time first performed under the guidance of what Minnesota legend?
Okay.
Really good job, though, brother.
Greg, I missed the answer to the first question. Do you recall what you said?
I don't even remember what the first question
Who did Bruce pull out of the crowd? Future Friends star to dance with.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said David Schwimmer, I think.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He wishes.
Okay, so that would be a wrong answer. I got 4 on that one. So the Friend star coming out of the stage, that was Courtney Cox. The Late Show would have been The Late Show with Conan O'Brien, where Max Weinberg was the band leader. Yes. So you got 4 there. That last question about the different varieties, that was going to be Old Dutch potato chips.
Right.
So you're sitting at 4 right now.
4's good. That's in this game.
Showing.
That's usually right there enough. Almost always enough. So sit tight, Greg. Good job. Now we're going to go to the east side. Alan in Woodbury. Alan, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
All right. Are you ready for a quick rapid fire round of questions?
I'll do my best.
All right.
Okay, 60 seconds starts right now.
Last month, Bruce Springsteen made a surprise appearance at First Avenue alongside what Rage Against the Machine guitarist?
I don't know.
What Minnesota city, known as the ice fishing capital of the world, is prominently featured in both the movie and first season of the TV show Fargo?
Anoka?
Entering its 3rd year, the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival takes place at what St. Paul landmark?
30 seconds.
Nicollet Island.
In what small Minnesota town did Bob Dylan grow up before attending the University of Minnesota?
Jeez. Hibbing.
1958 novelty hit song and the Minnesota Vikings' most notorious defensive line, active in the 60s and 70s, share what name?
I missed that. I'm sorry.
The most notorious defensive line of the Minnesota Vikings and a novelty hit song share what name?
2 seconds.
Pearson Forson.
The Purple People Eaters. Sorry. All right, let's see what we got.
All right, so we got 1 question right. I'm sorry to tell you, Greg. The answers you missed were it was Tom Morello that played the show with Bruce Springsteen last month. The fishing capital of the world is going to be Brainerd. The Yacht Club Festival actually takes place at Harriet Island in St. Paul.
Yep.
And
got Hibbing.
I think that was it.
Got Hibbing.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing, Alan. All right, there it is. 4 does it. Greg and Blaine, congrats, brother. You got tickets to see the boss.
It's Gorman in the Morning with Fletcher and Ryder, 92 KQRS.
Shake Your Moneymaker, which was released on this day in 1990.
Oh, nice.
February
That's cool.
13th, 1990. We had a giant release party, and I woke up on a yacht with the Rolling Stones.
No way.
That's right. No
That's
way.
how you do it. That's how you do it.
No, none of that was true. I was working at a record store called Wax and Facts, and I was putting my own record in the bins.
Well, that's
because I wasn't
cool.
a rock star. I was a record store clerk.
Okay,
yeah, that's pretty cool all the same.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. No, I was digging it, but I was thinking at times like, I kind of thought I'd be on tour or do something cool, and it was just Tuesday.
It was. I'm sure it was. Okay, so the record goes in the bins. You're still working at Wax and Facts in February. How long before you were like quitting that job and going to do fancy rock star stuff?
Well, the first tour started in early March, so I had a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And but here's the funny thing. So we made that record in the summer of '89 before we had even signed a record deal. It was a bit of a ramshackle process.
That's a big investment for a band.
It was no. We didn't pay for it. We had a producer who worked for the label. George worked for Deaf American, which was Rick Rubin's label.
Okay.
George Draculia. So he signed us, and Rick Rubin wrote the checks and covered the cost of the record, which back then was about $60,000. And boy, you're talking about people who lived on far less for years at a time. So we were already in the whole $60,000, assuming they would actually offer us a contract. Like it was all done. Okay, we'll get around to it.
Yeah.
And we had no idea that we were making a record that if Rick Rubin had decided, he could have just put out and said it was somebody else. We had no legal, we hadn't signed anything. And then when we did finally get a contract, we each got $1,000 advance. Our entire advance was $5,000.
Wow.
And so, but that money came through in October. And I was like, I got $1,000. I live on that for months. I quit my job on Halloween of 1989. I wore a suit to work. I had given my 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
It was my last day. It was a Saturday, and everybody celebrated me, and I'm going to go off, and I'm going to be, thank you, I'm done in retail. I've got $1,000 to live until the record comes out. And I was back at that store on November 15th. Out of money. Can I have my job back, please?
Oh, my God. 2 weeks you lasted.
And the manager and the owner, they were like, oh, we can't believe you made it 2 weeks. We thought you'd be right back on that Monday. And I was like, sorry. So I had gone right back to work through the holidays.
Yeah.
And then and so the record came out, but I was putting it out, and we didn't have our own. There wasn't a Black Crowes card.
Yeah.
It was just the random
B's.
B.
Yeah.
So it was just in the B's. But I was looking at that, and I was like, okay, but that's Badfinger and Black Sabbath and the Beatles and the Bee Gees and the Blondie, and you're looking at all the B's, and I was like, okay, I think I'm kind of done here. Like this is life goal. Whatever happens from here is gravy, because it really it was cool to be in the store, because that's when it hit me like, oh, this is real. This is no longer my fantastical dream life I'm pretending is actually happening. Oh, this is real. It's pretty cool.
Did it suck having to sit on that? Like, I imagine like getting a record done, recorded and done, and then having to sit on it and wait for it to come out.
Okay,
that's probably
first time we heard the mastered final product was like first week of August, maybe the end of July, and we got copies of it. We all got together to listen to the final. We weren't a part of the mixing process. Baby bands, they're just like, we'll tell you when the record's done.
Yeah,
right.
And we got it, and we all went and listened to it on a real stereo. And we were thrilled. We were like, holy crap, that record is so much better than we are. We had really gone out. We were dragged across the finish line by a producer who knew what to do. We loved it, and so we were like, okay, when's it going to come out? And he said February. And he might as well have said 2167.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were like, February? What about September? And he's like, guys, we don't. You need to set it up, because we didn't have a manager, we didn't have an agent, we didn't have anything. We just had a record. So
winging it.
From August to February felt like it was a baton death march. It was like, this is never going to happen.
Oh no.
It was insane.
I can't imagine.
But it also a tremendously exhilarating time. Just an absolute blast, knowing we're sitting on this thing like, and that day at the store, a few people came in and bought it. We're like a local band, and
nice.
the rock station started playing Jealous Again like that day, and it was like, wow, all right. And a few people came in, and they'd be like, do you have the Black Crowes record? And I'd be like, yeah, it's right over there in the B. And they have no idea that I'm in the band, And I was just like, should I say something? No, that'd be really creepy and weird. Like that.
You're right. That would have been creepy.
No, it's like
and weird.
ridiculous. And I was just like, hey, let me know what you think of it. And then after like the third person, I was like, I'm just going to stop talking about it. I'm just going to ring it up. It was just an odd thing. I was like, I'm that guy that shoots Nerf hoop behind the cash register, and now I'm the guy in that record. And
Right.
It's very odd.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and then a couple weeks later, got in the van, drove to L.A., and then I ended up here. I don't know what happened.
You blacked out in between?
Pretty blurred.
Yeah.
It's kind of blurry there for about 32 years, 33 years. Anyway, pretty cool day looking back.
I can imagine.
Okay, so the first thing you mentioned this morning was Black Sabbath's record that came out today.
Right.
How did it occur to you? Like, how did you get reminded that today is the Black Crowes record, the Shake Your Moneymaker Day?
I was looking at Facebook, and it was just somebody,
It popped
and just
up as
in
a
the
memory?
feed, it was
Okay.
like somebody had tagged me years ago, like 20 years ago, or whatever it was, and I was like, oh, that's February 13th. Oh, today. Wow.
that's today.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Black Sabbath from 1970. I don't remember my own record from 1990. I have to be reminded.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Thomas Jefferson University, TJU to the locals.
Oh, really?
Maybe. In Philadelphia. It's a nursing school, I believe, in Philadelphia. And as we were just discussing the fact that a university in New York City this year used an AI-generated voice to read the graduates' names. Paul Fletcher. Steve Gorman.
Yeah.
It sounded like, you said it right, it sounded like a game show host.
I'm jealous when you do that, though. Because I don't have a voice like that.
You don't have that voice.
I sound like, a cartoon character. Anyway,
well,
go
listen,
ahead.
we can't all grow up pretending to be on the radio. But Thomas Jefferson University, quite famously, at their graduation last year, they also had somebody reading the names of the graduates, but it wasn't an AI game show host. It was a real person.
Okay.
And let's just say it didn't go perfectly.
Okay.
Sayer Uvun Jinju Brinan. Victoria Lee Zubeth Ross.
What?
Marlena Zobeth Camp.
It just looks so
Tom
confused.
Moldmay. Thomas.
That poor Thomas kid. He's
Man.
like, I can't let this one go.
It would have been great if he'd walked up and said, it's actually Thomas.
Right? Yeah. What was his last name? Johnson?
Oh, his last name was actually mispronounceable, so, and I don't think she
Okay.
even tried on that one. So
Okay.
I pulled some of these names. They're really, really common names.
Okay.
If you guys want to give these a shot, I'm going to play them for you. Tell
Okay.
me what you think these names might be.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the first one.
Sayer Uvun Jinju Brinan.
Any guesses?
Sayud.
What?
Cyrus Vance. I don't know.
That's incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be this name.
Sayer Uvun Jinju Brinan.
I can't even,
Sarah Virginia Brennan.
Come on.
Yes.
That's how it was pronounced?
Yes.
Who?
And it was supposedly spelled phonetically on the card, and they handed it to this
Oh,
woman.
my God.
And she couldn't do.
Could you play it one more time?
Sure.
Sayer Uvun Jinju Brinan.
What is happening? Is the person having a stroke?
Man.
All right, let's give you one more. Here's another one.
All right.
Marlena Zobeth Camp.
Okay, one more time.
Marlena Zobeth Camp.
These are three very common names.
It's
Marlena. Marlena.
Well, I think it's
Mary something, maybe.
Mary Elizabeth.
You're very close, Steve.
Let me hear it one more time.
Marlena Zobeth Camp.
Mary
Elizabeth Camp.
You are so close on that one. It's Molly Elizabeth Camp.
Molly Elizabeth Camp. Okay, Malila Zibeth. Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, man. Yeah, this poor woman. I think she just gave up halfway through. And I can't let this go without mentioning our favorite substitute teacher from the inner city.
Ron.
Oh,
Where are you?
It's as good as
Where
it gets.
is Ron right now? Here. Why didn't you answer me the first time I said it, huh? I'm just asking. I said it like 4 times. So why didn't you say it the first time I said Ron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
Son of a
Key and Peele.
I would love to have been in that class as long as I'm not Aaron.
Man.
Connect with us on the KQ Talk and Text line. 651-989-ROCK. That's 651-989-ROCK. 92 KQRS.
A gentleman in the state of California, big golf fan, calls himself a golf bettor. Loves to wager on the links. Guaranteed on social media that Scottie Scheffler would not win at the tournament in California that was being played. Not going to win in California, folks. Scottie Scheffler, in case you forgot, is the top-ranked golfer in the world.
Right. He's really good.
And the weird thing is he went out and won.
Oh.
And so what this particular gentleman said is, well, if Scottie Scheffler wins, then I will eat nothing. Nothing.
Wow.
But Wendy's chili for 1 month.
Oh. Well, that's better than nothing.
Maybe he secretly likes Wendy's chili.
No cheese, no crackers, just the chili.
Oh,
well,
he doesn't even get to do the cinnamon roll trick?
No, nothing at all. Just the chili.
I do like the Wendy's chili.
He says he's doing it. One day on Twitter, he said breakfast chili. Surprisingly underrated. I mean, he's going through with it.
Wow.
He's just eating Wendy's chili.
I respect that.
And he's not too worried about it. Says, I've been abusing my digestive tract for 50 years. I got this.
This man is 50?
For over 50, yes. He's been.
Wait, this is a real grown-up person, not just like some 23-year-old college kid?
Yeah, exactly. This is not a grad student looking to pay his way through with some weird stunt. No, a man in his 50s.
Damn.
Eating chili for a month because of the fact that he bet against the best golfer on the planet.
It's give or take 90 bowls of chili over the next month. That's a lot.
Assuming he sticks to only 3 a day.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, he might. Good point. He might need more than that.
Yeah, you never know.
Ugh.
Sure, it's chili.
By the way, the chili, last time I had chili at Wendy's, which admittedly was decades ago, it's not that big of a bowl.
It's not huge.
It's not huge.
And I like it, but I don't want it that many times.
Now there are chili. I love chili. I mean, I'll eat canned chili. Like as long as you got chili spices in there, I'm gonna think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Wendy's chili would be tough for a month, no question about it.
I think any chili would be tough for a month. I mean, even Mom's homemade chili.
I got a homemade chili I make only when I make it. It's only for New Year's Day, and it's no beans. It's good old fashioned. It's got ground beef. It's got sausage. It's got a whole bunch of stuff.
You don't put in the magical fruit?
Not on this particular recipe. Okay. And that's the one thing I think I could probably eat for a month if I had to.
Is your special
is
chili?
My special chili. It's a recipe that I found years ago, and then I added one thing to it so I could claim it as mine. But it's not the one I got from the book. I added something, and therefore it's now my chili.
That's the one thing you think you could eat, but that's because you've only had it. You only have it once a year, and so it's special.
But when I make it, I eat it for days because there's plenty of leftovers. Okay. The official name of my chili is Jackass Chili. That's what it's called.
All right, then. Wait, will you tell us what the one secret ingredient is that you added?
No. Come on, man. Okay. I mean, it's my only culinary secret, my only culinary moment of expertise. But I'm curious. What's the worst thing you had to do when you lost a bet? 651-989-ROCK is the Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line. Fletcher, you're a fantasy football guy.
I used to be. Not anymore. I've retired.
But you've got experience.
Yeah.
Either in that or any other realm, have you ever lost a bet where you then had to walk the line?
I was lucky enough to be pretty successful during my time. However, I did finish last once in a pretty cutthroat league with buddies. This was while I was living in Omaha. There's a major east-west artery called Dodge Street in Omaha. Okay. This is how you get from one part of town to the other. I had, as a grown man, had to set up my own lemonade stand on a very busy corner of Dodge and be humiliated for a couple. I think it was, I want to say it was 2 hours that I had to stand. Maybe it was 3 hours. I think it was. I had to stand there during rush hour and have my lemonade stand as a grown man.
What did you charge for a glass?
A quarter.
Did you make any money?
A little bit. Not much. Not
well,
much.
Then I don't think that's that bad.
Most people point, but the humiliation of having
being an entrepreneur.
If I was an 8-year-old girl, sure, it would look great, but I wasn't. I was a 40-something man standing there trying to sell lemonade.
What time of year was this?
Well, I mean, it would have been like when...
Like around now.
Yeah.
The end of the football season.
Omaha, not as cold.
But still.
But it was, it was probably 30-something degree day if I were to...
Yeah.
I mean, but me, I run hot, so I was probably in a hoodie.
You still turned a profit, though. I think this is successful.
I like it.
I don't recall whether or not... I might have broke even, I would say, but I don't know. It was... still, standing out there for 3 hours, it was...
Ryder,
felt like a moron.
Anything like this in your life?
Never lost a fantasy league because I only played the 1 year. I think on another radio show we were doing NFL picks, and there was one season that I lost, and I think I had to like dunk my whole entire head in sex lube. It did not feel great. It was really hard to wash out.
Ew.
We did not have a whole lot of a budget for this, so we had to like trade. We had to trade with the local sex toy shop.
Sex lube shop?
Yeah.
I was scared of where that was going. You didn't have a budget. I was like, please tell me.
I didn't see it coming.
New lube.
Wow.
It was all fresh stuff.
Good. That's good.
It was okay. Like, that's an okay loss.
It's an okay loss.
You probably had to shower. I mean, you probably had to shower for hours to get all that crap out.
Oh yeah, it was not great. Multiple times. And then I did win fantasy or football picks. I think like the next 2 or 3 years. So lesson learned.
Hey man,
learn your lesson.
Yeah, that'll hone your game.
Mm-hmm. Nice work.
Never lost I've never been in a fantasy football league, so I never lost and had to do something. But
congratulations.
My experience goes way back, much earlier in life. As an 8th grader, soccer practice, you have the junior varsity team, which I played on, and the varsity practicing at the same time.
Okay.
And the coach took off early one day. He had to leave the field and said, finish your drills, easy day, whatever.
Right.
And so it's hard. No one's taking it seriously. It's just a goof off day. Mm-hmm. Me and 2 buddies, John and Brooke, we go to one end and there's a goal, and we just started to just take penalty kicks on each other, as you do. And at some point, the rule becomes anyone that misses has to, let's have a bet.
Okay.
And so the bet turned into, if someone misses one of these PKs, they have to strip down and streak over by where the cheerleaders are practicing.
Oh, boy.
And we all immediately agreed, because who's going to miss a penalty kick?
Right.
Sure.
With no one in the goal.
Of course.
This guy, because I went to blast one and I put it off the crossbar.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
And
just put it down the middle.
And but it's just the 3 of us, and I'm bigger and faster than both of them. So I'm like, well, this is fine. I'm just going to turn and run back to school.
Yeah.
I turned. They're like, oh, and I was like, no way, turn. I'm running with everything I have. They're right behind me, and we're all laughing. But I know if they catch me, I'm in trouble because we're in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, between me and the school is the varsity team, and they scream ahead, catch him.
Get him?
They're just like, get him. And they, without any reason of knowing what's happening, all the, high school guys grab me.
Yeah.
And then they come up and go, we had a bet, and he has to streak in front of the chair. And before I know it, I'm completely declothed from the seniors.
Oh.
And they left my cleats and socks on. Nothing else.
It was warm out, though.
It was warm.
Okay.
And humid. And I just was like, well, might as well just get this over with. And I just take off running, and the cheerleaders are around the corner, and they're in their formation, and I just ran a circle around them and then back to the field.
Did you get asked out on any dates after this?
I did not.
Oh, boy.
But boy, everybody was very excited about this. Yeah. And I got back on, got my clothes back on. Everyone's laughing. And then, of course, the older guys are like, hey, dude, seriously, strong effort, man.
Yeah.
Good. I got some cred for going through with it.
Hopefully you weren't that excited.
I was not that excited about it at all.
Good.
And then the problem only came when, and then a few minutes later, I see my mom driving up to pick me up. Oh, no, I'm already clothed.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right.
And I'm just like, I'm going to get in the car and go home and just pretend this never happened. But what I hear from an older kid is, Mr. Barton heard about it. He's coming to find you, the headmaster of the school, the principal. And so I jump in the car, and I'm like, man, I'm cooked. I better come clean now.
Yeah.
So I tell my mom what happened.
Yeah.
And she starts to laugh so hard that she has to pull the car over on the side of the road, true story, and just sit there and laugh and laugh. And I'm like, this is not funny. And she goes, no, it's only funny because it's you. She's like, if it was Dave or Doug, I'd be like, of course they did. But this was very out of character for me at that time. She couldn't stop laughing hard enough. And then she told my dad, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to kill me. He's going to rid himself of the evidence of a son that would do something so disgraceful.
Yes.
I've never seen the man laugh harder in his life. Same thing. My parents just thought it was hilarious. They're like, please don't do this. I'm like, it'll never happen again. Well, guess what?
That's unpredictable.
Mr. Barton didn't know. That was a lie. I confessed to a crime that never would have gotten back to my parents' ears.
Man.
It's a tough beat.
But then I was able to go out and say, hey, at least I'm an honorable man. I lose a bet, I pay the price.
Sure,
Right.
good for you. I'm still glad that I went to junior high in the 90s and not then.
Oh, my God. That was just...
That's a good call.
That was intense.
92 KQRS.
Robert Duvall died yesterday, 95 years old, to say the very least, an icon of cinema and film, an absolute
100%.
legend. Right off the bat, everybody thinks so Godfather or The Great Santini or Tender Mercies. The list goes on and on and on and on. And a great movie along the way from 2009, Crazy Heart. And I want to talk with my buddy Brian Phillips. Brian Phillips is, if this were a mob movie, he's the boss of all bosses around here. He's everybody's boss at Cumulus, and he's a good friend of the show. Brian was one of the producers on a film, Crazy Heart, with Robert Duvall. He is definitely of an age and of a time, sort of post-World War II, when there was just such a uniqueness to him and so many other actors of his generation. They were all their own people. Like a lot of actors now, fair to say you can lump them in pretty similar categories. He came up, Hackman and Hoffman and De Niro and Pacino and all these guys that all had this almost like they all had their own lane, and he was no different. A Northern Virginia guy, very, very much an original, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think he absolutely. And when we talk about Santini, for those who saw The Great Santini, which is one of Duvall's favorite pictures, Bob himself was the son of a Navy admiral, and he was marked to go into the Naval Academy. And instead wound up living with Dustin Hoffman and Gene Hackman in New York as an actor, which must have come as a surprise to his dad, the admiral.
I imagine.
But it was, but some part of the way Duvall carried himself in every role, the way he rode a horse in Lonesome Dove, the way he, his body language over and over again is the Santini character, the even the Tender Mercies character is he's got a way of a posture and a sense of himself that probably comes from that military brat background a little bit. But it is the great thing about, if I had to sum it up in one experience, is there was a moment of eruption on the set of Crazy Heart in the background where Duvall goes off because we've made an editorial decision to eliminate a scene. This is again proving the loyalty of the man to his friends. Is a son of a great friend of his was in a what Duvall considered to be a pivotal scene that went on for like 34 or 35 minutes, and it just nobody felt that it was an essential part of the story except Duvall.
Right.
And the novelist who wrote the book that Crazy Heart's based on. There was some credit to him, but the scene had to go, and Duvall wrote like an 11-page single space, a brilliantly written and conceived argument for the scene, and then he also had a flash of about a 2-minute tantrum where only he talked. Which, think about this: you are eye to eye with Robert Duvall, who you've seen act this out, on gigantic screens your whole life, and he's not stopping to breathe between words or sentences.
Right.
He's just, and you're locked eyes with Robert Duvall, and he's mad, and you think, oh my, like, you start living outside yourself. You're like, is this real or is this a movie? What am I didn't know whether to give him, I didn't know whether to try to make an argument or to hand him $10 and go buy a bucket of $12 popcorn.
Yeah, right.
He was just so impassioned in everything that he did, and it was great to me. And he was also the life of the party. If I have one great memory that I'll take away is and those are long days. It was shooting in Santa Fe. You got to shoot a lot early in the morning before the winds kick up.
Mm-hmm.
And so we shot a lot right around dawn. And those were very long days, staying at the Hotel Santa Fe. And there was a small group of us. We're at this hotel. And Duval, who is already 78, could be counted on every day after shooting to come rattling through the hallway at the Hotel Santa Fe. And remember, he's 78 and he's worked all day. He's the producer. He's helping the first-time director. He's walking in and out of scenes, and he's on set all day. And there'd be a banging on my hotel door. Hey, CMT guy, where can you see some live music in this town? I want to go see some music.
Nice.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Very cool.
You're like, Bobby, go to bed. Yeah.
Nah, he knows what keeps a man young at 78. That was it.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Francis Albert Caliendo.
What's the Francis Albert? What's
Sinatra-esque.
Is that what it is? Because I hear that, like, you're not the only person who's ever done that, and some people just call me Francis Albert.
The chairman of the board, Francis Albert. Go ahead, make the change legal, make it official.
When I was in Vegas, people started about Frank's back in Vegas when I was doing a show. There were
not nice.
There's some of my own people did not want that to happen, if you know what I mean. Frankie Calamari, that's what we're talking about. Things are not going to be good here, right? Let's not pull any of that stuff. Yeah, they're like, we can't do that. And do you have blue eyes? Yeah, even worse. So.
Yeah, right. Frank Caliendo's at Acme tonight, but if you don't have tickets, you're not going to see him because that's how that works. But you still got up and you still came in.
Yeah,
and
you're a good friend.
To see you, brother.
I think last time we might have only had a couple tickets left. I believe in this whole thing of when people help you out, the idea is to come around, and I don't want to call it payback, but you've helped me out, so to come in here was something, and people who couldn't get tickets this time will know next time, and I'll try and get in earlier next time type of thing. So
that's exactly how that works.
Yeah, and not everybody understands that though.
No. There's a lot of missed connections out there, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, you leave the breadcrumbs, and sometimes people just don't recognize the trail.
Yeah, and I'm call me Hansel.
See?
It's Hansel and Gretel, man.
There it is.
I'll tell you what, man. I was John Gruden on that. I was Hansel and Gretel, man. Little spider. It's so great for me when people, if they get canceled, they come back. And Gruden is back. And now he's opening up boxes. For people who don't know, John Gruden specifically, he was at the time the youngest winning Super Bowl coach with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. And they call him Chucky. And the reason they call him Chucky because he looks like that killer doll, man.
He does.
That's a tough guy. That's a tough kind of thing there, man. So now he's working for Barstool Sports and opening up boxes constantly. And opens up a box. You know what's inside this box? There's another box. Then inside that box, there's another box. This is blowing my mind, man. What's inside all these boxes? He gets in a Chucky doll, man. It's like me looking at me, man. It's just like Inception. You ever see Inception, man? It's pretty good. Leonardo DiCaprio, man. The guy did a tremendous job. You can't tell if he's in the dream or if he's not in the dream or what's going on. But if that top's spinning, I think it kind of clears your mind.
My mind, I'm just picturing Vince Lombardi, God rest his soul, if he were able to if he could just come back for one day. Say, hey, let me see what some of the coaches are doing in their free time.
Yeah.
What are they working on?
Well, that was a concept, not Lombardi, but Madden talking about the current NFL. Mm-hmm. I was doing that the other night. I was in Wisconsin, and I mentioned Aaron Rodgers, and just the room deflated, like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
And I said,
it's like a fart in church.
Yeah, you got a guy that you got the light over here and the darkness over there. This guy's going to the darkness. And at the darkness retreat. There's no treat if he's there. That's going to be you're going to have a lot of explaining to do afterward. That's just Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers.
Now, I know these tickets are sold out, but I want to make an observation really quick for people the next time Frank comes through town. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, you've seen this on TV, you've seen it on Instagram, whatever. Seeing it face to face is a whole nother experience.
It is a little weird because people
you get more of the nuance of your face and whatnot. So get seats next time and get them up close.
And the switching is the thing. The switching from voice to voice is the thing that people always, they don't, because you can't tell when things are edited and stuff on television or on social media. Yeah. So when I'm going from Morgan Freeman to John Gruden to John Madden to Jeff Goldblum, it's surprising to people that it's like flipping the channels. Yes, ooh, very good. My newest observation on Jeff Goldblum is he's basically a tourist and a tour guide at the same time. Like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, I'll tell you. That right there is what? Let me finish. The Statue of Liberty given to us, the people of the United States, as a gift by the people of France. I wonder this. They say this. Lightning, what? Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. That's what they say, isn't it? Yes, of course. Go on. But I wonder if the Statue of Liberty has ever been struck by lightning, and guess what? It has over 500 times. Ooh, proving that to be completely wrong. Ooh, and guess what? Lady Liberty will find a way to survive. We brought it back to Jurassic Park. I did it. Very good.
How long do you have to study somebody to really feel like to your standard?
Oh, I mean, it's constant because they're always getting better. But if I can't do the impression dead on, I try to turn it into a cartoon character.
Right, sure.
And that makes it funny.
Yeah, 100%.
So
so just about anybody's within reach as long as
I think fairly. I don't do any female voices. Not very good at that.
Right.
But. Yeah, I think there's something comedically you can do. But here's the other difficult part. When you do impressions, as soon as you say a name, people think you're going to do do the impression of that person. I'm like, no, I'm just making a reference to that person. They're like, they're waiting for it to go, and it would go something like this. No, I was just making a reference to a person. So
I know you don't have a list written down of check marks before you take on a new voice. They have to have this many viral moments, or they have to be in this many hit movies. That said, what's the last new voice that you're working on? Because I imagine a lot of people hit your consciousness, they hit your radar, and you probably don't even know you're doing it like in a linear fashion. Your subconscious is constantly
it's like the Predator breaking it down in front of me like an infrared thing.
You're like, am I going to jump on that voice? Is there enough? Will everyone know who it is? I mean, there's like
there's a lot. There is a lot
going on to it.
Movies are better than television because television is so segmented in terms of audience. Movies hit a much broader audience.
Yeah.
Television's programmed directly to people, although streaming is a little broader now and closer to movies. But one of my favorite shows, I don't have a bit to do with them, but Better Call Saul was one of my favorite shows, and I just learned to go, did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman, and that's all I can really do. But it's nailed for certain people. But within that audience, it kills.
Yeah.
But outside that audience, you're like, I don't know. So it's not as broad as even a Breaking Bad is, which is the predecessor to. So there's with sports people, it's do they do commercials? That's what made me understand the Charles Barkley, because he was doing the $5 box that rocks. There was those Taco Bell commercials and stuff like that. When you see somebody, even going back to Madden, Ace is a place. That means you're not just in sports, you're also broader to the you're broadening out the audience.
Household names.
Yeah, I think so. Even Tony Romo doing Skechers. Oh, look at these Skechers, Jim. They look so good. Here we go, Jim. Tony.
Well, everybody's got the same. Like in my mind, it was always, well, if my mom knows who this person is, and it's.
Yeah, I think that's tougher though now. I think in our generation, our time growing up, I think there was more of that. But I think. My mom, although my mom is about 80 years old, and she probably does know more than in a different way because things are coming across her Facebook feed or stuff like that. My mother-in-law can think of knowing, like, my son sent me a video of my mother-in-law who's at our house for some reason. I don't know. We don't got to get into that.
Yeah, no.
But
careful.
But she just zoomed in on what she was looking at her phone. Stephen A. Smith was on her phone. And there's no way she knows anything about Stephen A. Smith, except for the fact that I may be running for president of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. But just to see that juxtaposition of Stephen A. Smith on her phone, not a sports person at all.
Sure.
I was just like, Oh my gosh, that tells me what's going on at my house while I'm not around.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Her son gives her a little leg up, though, too, I think, probably on recognizing some of these people that she wouldn't otherwise.
Well, that's my mother-in-law. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, she watches very different things than I do. But some things might come across because she knows me. Maybe the algorithm. You know how your phone's always listening.
Sure.
If I do a Liam Neeson, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. And then his next movie's coming out with him on a Zamboni taking a call. We're moving slowly.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.